Good afternoon, students. Thank you. I want to quickly teach how to transcribe from staff notation into tonic Solfa notation. There are some prerequisites which you are supposed to have or which you are supposed to know. So, things you need to know from staff notation is you should know that we have the treble clef, the bass clef, the tenor clef, the alto clef. So those clefs you need to know them. So based on what I have in this book here, it was written by me as an instructional material. First, you should be able to identify the clef that you want to work with. For example, this song Manheim 878787, that is 8 by 7 by 7 by 7. This is the tone meter for this work, which means you should be able to identify the treble clef, you should be able to identify the bass clef. So identifying clef for most of you is you will know that on the first line of the treble clef is E. Remembering the acronym, every good boy deserves favor. And for the spaces you have FACE, face. While for the bass clef you have good boy deserve favor always. And for the spaces you have all cow eat grass. These things are prerequisites, so I won't be concentrating on the prerequisites. Those are things you should know. So step number one, identify the clef. Step number two, identify the key signature. Step number three, identify the time signature. Step number four, draw a transcribing chart. Step number five, draw tonic sulfur bars. While step number six, you impute the beats and it should correspond to the time signature in the staff. And lastly, you input the notes. While further instructions that could be needed is if there are ties, if there are slots, and some other information that are present on the staff, which should be included. This is just like the basis that every beginner needs to transcribe. Now, going with this work which I have here, this song is titled Lead Us Heavenly Father, Lead Us, and the tune is Manheim 878787, a kind of tone meter. So first is identify the clef. So I want to work with this treble clef. So first I identify the clef, treble clef. So if I'm to draw my 5 lines and 4 spaces for staff notation, so this is every good boy deserves favor. Then that is I've identified the clef. Why this other one is the bass clef. So I've identified the treble clef and the bass clef. Then next you identify the key signature. Key signature, you can recall that it is good that you always eat breakfast for the sharps. So which means G we have 1 sharp, D has 2 sharps, A has 3 sharps, E has 4 sharps, B has 5 sharps, and F sharp has 6 sharps. So counting the number of sharps we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So means we have what? 4 sharps, and which will correspond to what? Key E. So that is done. Next is you identify the time signature. Identifying time signature means you need to quickly go back and revisit notes and duration. Names of notes and their duration, whether the British name, whether the American name. So this is crochet. These are crochets. So a crochet looks like this, and the value is 1 bit. The value of a crochet is 1 bit, and hence counting how many crochets we have in a bar gives you the time signature, which means this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 crochets in a bar. So and a crochet based on American name is called a quarter note. So which means you have 4 quarter notes, and that is how it's written 4 4. So we have 4 quarter notes, and that is we've identified the time signature. Then the next thing to do is to draw the transcribing chart. So I'm doing this for the treble clef. So the simple rule is where the do. That is just the way we could understand it from our own perspective and from our own environment here. Where the do falls on, that is where the key is. That is for your not simple major scale, but for other scales, it could be where your la falls on. Uh-huh. But for this, it is where do. So do falls on the first line of the treble clef, which means this is do. This space will be re. This will be mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. So this is just a transcribing chart. Next, you draw tonic sulfur bars. So understanding that it's a 4/4 time signature. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it continues on and on based on the music score, the number of bars you have. So that's how you do it. So you can now elongate it downwards so that you can satisfy for the 4 parts: soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. So, but let me just concentrate quickly on the soprano. So, after drawing the tonic, sulfur, bass, I've imputed the beats. Then the next thing is to impute the notes. So to impute the notes, if I'm to deal with the soprano will take the top notes. So for example, now this top note is landing on the first line, which means it is equivalent to what now? Do. I hope you can see it. And do takes 1 beat. So because we said crochet is 1 beat, so do 1 beat. So the next one falls on the second line, which is mi, and also 1 beat. The other one, so, yeah. Next one, so. This is do. The second line is mi. The third line is so. The next note is still falling on the third line, which is what? This is so. So the next one is moving ahead into the space which you have la, then followed by the next one, which is a so, then fa, mi. So it continues like that. It's just the simple rule for you to understand transcription. The same rules you can, as in the same step, can be used to for the bass clef. Just follow the basics. What could be difficult is where you'll be having accidentals like fi, fa, whether to, those ones, whether the note is being sharpened, which means the knowledge of chromatics is needed. But this is just the basis for any beginner to be able to transcribe from staff notation to tonic sulfur. There are other informations that should be imputed. For example, the name of the music composer. While this sign here is talking about the crochet, talking about the metronome, that is the speed, the tempo. Yeah, so the crochet timing is 108. So, and this is where I end this class for today. Thank you.